The trifecta. Here at VEDA Magazine, we are calling it the trifecta. It's not like, you know, like there's some Washington Post or New York Times using this term. That is something that we at VEDA Magazine has deemed the alliance between China, Russia, and North Korea. That is the trifecta. And that trifecta has the ability to shift the power dynamics of the world as we know it. A lot of people want to discount North Korea. They want to discount Russia. They want to discount China, but they can't. All three of them in that same region, you know what I'm saying? And they all work together because the United States and its wisdom and application of sanctions have forced countries that to essentially work together. You know, those countries that have been sanctioned by the United States, we have forced them to work together. You see what I'm saying? And in doing so, you have this, what we call the trifecta. China, global superpower, who makes literally every single thing that people around the world use, to include the United States. I mean, really, if China really wanted to hurt the United States, it would just cut off all shipments. It would just say, hey, listen, we're not giving you any products. You make your own products, right? Like China could do that. But China is not in the business of war and conflicts. Remember, China has been around for centuries upon centuries upon centuries. So they've seen war. They've seen the devastating effects of war. Whether they win or lose, they've witnessed it before. It's in their historical record. You see what I'm saying? So they're not going to push for war. In fact, China is pushing for peace and diplomacy. And as Gerald Celente would say, China is in the business of business. You see what I'm saying? You know, so when they come to and broker a deal between the Saudis and Iran, that sends a huge message to the United States. And I do believe that if China really wanted to, and I believe that they're pushing for, they could broker a deal between the Palestinians, Hamas, and Israel. I guarantee you. China is in the business of business. China is not in the business of telling countries, sovereign countries, what they can and can't do. Right now, not even right now, for a very long time, I would say since roughly maybe 2007, 2008, China has been in Africa heavy, building infrastructures, building hospitals, doing just all kinds of things to garner, not really garner, but to develop Africa further than what it is, and then Russia followed suit. You see what I'm saying? So Russia really comes into the picture, at least by what I've researched as a journalist. They've really come into the picture since the Sahel region in Africa began really breaking down. You see what I'm saying? When that coup happened in what was that Bikini? Oh my God! I should know that because I look at it every single day. It's on the tip of my tongue. I can't get it out right now. But when the coup happened in the Sahel region, and don't get me wrong, there are like hundreds of coups that happened in the Sahel region of Africa. But the most recent one with the military commander essentially taking over. Was it Niger? I think it was Niger. That's when Russia was really pushing. And those people, let me not say that, because I don't want to say Niger, but it is Niger. Those people are really looking for help, right? They're tired of their natural resources being exploited by other countries such as France, you know, and them not reaping the benefits of the natural resources that are in their from their country. You see what I'm saying? So it is a prime time for the trifecta: Russia, China, North Korea to go into a place like Africa and really just clean up. The best thing that is golden opportunity. The best thing for North Korea right now is to start not weaponizing, but sending weapons to countries that want weapons. With Russia working with African leaders, he is again building diplomacy and is establishing Russia in a way that could most definitely create that multipolarity geopolitically that so many countries outside of the influence of the collective West are looking for. You see what I'm saying? North Korea, as part of the trifecta, is able to exploit the situation by sending arms, right, to countries that need arms to fight off, let's say, terrorists, or other elements that are not in their best interest that are operating within their country. So, get on my thoughts. The weapons deals that the U.S. tends to make comes with a lot of stipulations. Many people know this already. So countries, again, like China and North Korea, they don't have any stipulations with, once they sell you a weapon, it's just like, you do what you want to do with the weapon. We don't tell you what to do with something that you just brought from us. Otherwise, not otherwise, but in other words, it's you do what you're supposed to do, however you need to do it with this particular weapon. America, on the other hand, says, hey, we will sell you this weapon if you follow ABC, XYZ in these guidelines, right? And so China looks at that and says, no. North Korea says, no. We will give you this if you give us that. What you do with those weapons is none of our concern. You see what I'm saying? And that's really how deals should be made in the free market. You know what I'm saying? Let that hidden hand in the free market guide it as it should, and things would be much better. But again, the story of the trifecta, or the theoretical concept of the trifecta, is one that should not be ignored and is most definitely something to look out for, because the trifecta, again, China, Russia, North Korea, has the ability to really be the dominant force in shifting the world power as far as geopolitics are concerned.